And shout out to my dog for winning the championship, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
We just dropped the belt. We all right.
Yeah.
They here for the show.
They here for the show.
Talk that talk.
I'm just kind of flash back a little bit.
Yeah.
They're kind of giving me this Kobe and Shaq back in 01 when the Lakers played Philly. Because Shaq averaged, I think, 35 during that. I think Shaq averaged 35, 15, and like 7. Or no, like 4 blocks. And I think Kobe was at 36 and 6. So the numbers are a little bit, as far as all the extra stuff. But as a duo in the finals, that's how they looking right now.
That's how they looking.
And it's just looking nice. Look, I said Denver in 5. When they lost game 2, I wasn't worried because it was game 2. Miami made some adjustments. I think Denver, Coach Malone called them out. They didn't play with enough effort. They didn't play with enough urgency. They didn't play like a team that's in the NBA Finals. Like he basically said it. Like this ain't game 27 of the regular season. It's the NBA Finals. Like you got to live it all on the line every single night. And you can just see just off that fourth quarter alone, like the mental mishap. Duncan Robinson had 10 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the fastest person to 10 points in NBA Finals history.
Yeah.
So, just small things like that, man. But, it is what it is. I said Denver in 5. I'm not moving from it.
But it's going to be tough because Miami is some fighters, dog. It's one of those. They got the Rocky mentality. Like, you can knock them down by 20 times. Yeah. But if they still can fight, they're going to try to fight. So you're going to have to knock
treat
them
them
out.
like old boy did Creed and Creed 1.
Yeah.
And get rid of him.
Yeah, you're going to have to get rid of my dogs.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get rid of Jimmy. And here's my thing.
Playing like
he had a 28-point game and he had 21-point game.
But it's shoot percentages, man.
Yeah, but you got to understand the Denver Nuggets. It's a solid defensive team, bro. And so they're gonna make you work for everything you have to do. And so I'm not knocking it for that. Like Jimmy ain't never been no shooter like that. He's a slasher and he can shoot a little bit, but that's never been his game.
But not even to that. I'm just saying, just his overall shooting percentages, whether it is from 3 or the paint. He's been struggling.
Because
he ain't been
contested.
looking like Hemi. He ain't been looking like Hemi Butler or Hemi Buckets.
Who you think he got him? Aaron Gordon. That's a 6'8", 6'9", big body. That's gonna put some pressure on. And then you got to play defense. You're playing defense on Jamal Murray and Jokic. If you're doing the switching on the pick and roll, bruh, it's not easy to be a two-way player.
It's not.
And I think you got to give up something. You have to give up something.
Okay, wait. It's not easy to be a two-way player when you're the guy.
Yeah, there it is.
You feel me? Because there are two-way players.
That's true.
You feel me? There are two-way players that are just like, for example, this is no shade to Clay, but Clay is just a shooter. You feel me? They're not asking him to create and do everything else. When you're looking at solid two-way players throughout the history of the game, you're looking at maybe a Gary Payton who had to lock up and do that. The Jordans, the Kobes, LeBrons.
Hold on now.
What?
I mean, Jordan was two-way, but he didn't lock up the best player all the time. It was usually Ron Harper or Pippen. They usually played the more offensive guy. Jordan played in spurts, but I'm just keeping it a bean. If we're gonna call it a spade, let's call it a spade. Jordan had that other elite defender that, you got him. I go get some scoring, and then boom, we can switch off. Per se, but I'm not.
I'm just listen. The fact state is the man got a defensive player of the year.
No, 100%. I'm not knocking that, but again,
we just don't win that on just.
No, but he can play defense, but he ain't guarding the best player all the time, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Have to.
But that's what I mean, because he has Scotty and Ron Harper.
But he's still but premise was he's still a two-way. He's a two-way guy that has to be on the other end also. That has to play other end. Kawhi.
Yeah,
Paul George. When he was at OK, or he was more Indiana OKC type stuff. Because like Kawhi and Paul George right now is kind of like the Pippen Jordan aspect. To a very lesser degree.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I just look at it like it is very hard to be the guy and gotta go guard up.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that is that's not, because Paul Pierce kind of did it at a time. You feel me? KG dealing with the power forwards. If we, the Tim Duncans, you feel me? Like if we would just move off guards and go into that, like to be Hakeem Olajuwon, to be the number one option, and then they say, hey, go guard Shaq, go guard Ewing, go guard Alonzo. Yeah. So that's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah,
and I mean, and this is Jimmy Bucket's second time around because the last time he had to do that with LeBron.
And then you saw that out there.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, and so it's gonna be like I said. I think it's gonna be done in 5. I did say 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 6. Just to go 6, and then hell, if the NBA wanted to end on Father's Day.
Oh wow!
I'm just saying, bro.
That man said if the NBA,
the money on the line. The money on the line.
You have to bring up the NBA.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying. But anyway, y'all let us know who y'all got in this series. Is it over with? Are they on the verge of being a one-time NBA Finals champion?
You only supposed to have said that once.
I know. I just wanted.
Yeah.